Hi y'all, I'm back. My eye was mad swollen this morning and I had to go to the doctor. And now the swelling has went down significantly, but I'm still puffy underneath, which is why this one eye looks super lazy. Let's get the jokes out now. I'm giving one eye bandit. Look like I got punched in the eye. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we get it. Hee hee ha ha. Great. Let's move on. So if you was on my page yesterday, you saw I did a video about Clarence in regards to Queen and in this whole beef. Now I spoke about it from the perspective of Clarence is very, very clockable, and his words and his energy really just don't be matching up sometimes. But don't think that because I was clocking Clarence that Chris is a better option for Queen, because he damn sure is not. I'm actually going to do a little series. So I got Clarence, I'm about to get on Chris, and then on my last video, I'm going to have a video dedicated to Queen, because me and her obviously need to have a conversation woman to woman. But this video, we getting on Chris. Y'all can hype him up all of a sudden for being mature and taking accountability and so on and so forth. However, I don't know how much accountability this man is taking if every year he runs the same script of harassing this lady. Dude, you fumbled the bag. Call it for what it is and leave this woman alone. Every year you open your mouth and you talk about this woman as if you did not break her down into grains of salt. Had her second guessing herself, her worth, who she is as a woman. You stole her her late teenage year, early womanhood. You embarrassed her across social media. You took advantage of the fact that she's a church girl. She's very vulnerable. She's moving the way that she feels the Lord would appreciate. You took full advantage of that. You put your hands on this woman. You have verbally abused this woman. You have emotionally abused this woman. And you're still doing so to this day. Queen has already expressed that she don't like when you be out here just talking about her. And you still continue to do it. Is this something that you're trying to teach your son to do? Who are you, Chris Brown? You're not a better option. And you're sitting here talking about, babe, if you want to come back. No, she don't want to come back. If anything, she'd probably break up with Clarence and get a new man before she even think about getting back with you. And that's really, I want you to understand the level of scary that is for a man who once abused a woman to sit on the internet and say, babe, come back, I still miss you. You sound psycho. To an extent, I can understand why you would still love Queen. That was your teenage love, whatever. Y'all got married, y'all had a kid early. So the early part of your adult life was with Queen. So do I think you still have some sort of feeling for her? Yes, I think these feelings just don't automatically go away. However, the level of which you express these feelings is not safe, nor is it healthy. And I get this is the sense why CJ kind of sort of sometimes just don't be messing with you, because he sees the damage that you be doing to his mom. CJ is at the age now where he's seeing things and he's making sense of it. Can he explain it all the way? No. But he's making sense of the things that he's saying. He's seeing. He's going back into those parts of his brain where he remembers when you would be yelling at his mom, or if he's seen you hit her and all this other stuff. So now he's witnessing his mom be in a happier place and he feels safe over there. If you have to get on the internet and call your son and say you're going to be a better dad, you wasn't doing good as a dad in the first place. And that's the other thing too. In my other video, I said Clarence is always weird when it comes to CJ, because he only talks about CJ in the capacity of what he does, financially, for CJ. Chris, I want you to understand, you're not the greatest father of all time either. I'm surprised Queen has not taken you to court and gotten full custody. That time that you was in that house having, who was it? It was that girl from My Wife and Kid. Parker McKenna, when she was in the house throwing glass and almost hit CJ. I would have been packed your ass up. Or that time you had CJ in your custody and your ass went to jail. And Queen is on the internet asking people where her son is at. I would have been packed your ass up. Queen is giving you more grace than she really should have, because I really would have packed your ass up several different times. Matter of fact, after the first time, your ass would have been packed up. But again, she's led by faith. She's led by the Lord. So she feels like she's not supposed to do that. She wants CJ to have her dad in her life. But CJ needs a mature dad. To this day, you can sit here and take accountability, but it don't take away from the fact that you're still very, very immature as a man. You can get on Clarence for not marrying Queen. Cool. We all been getting on him for that, because the way that he's going about it and the way that he talks about it, it just don't feel right. But why would Queen either consider getting back with a dude who was on camera doing weird shit with underage girls? And this comes after you did a whole YouTube video with Janae the scammer making up and getting back with her. There's a clip resurfacing on TikTok of Queen, was saying that she was never allowed to wear a bathing suit while in a relationship with you. And your response to that was, I didn't care if she wore a bathing suit or not. She was just an insecure little bitch. Now, I will give you maybe like a 3% grace because you growing up, you really don't know what stability looks like. You never had someone to base what being a man is like. You never had someone that you could look at and figure that out. But you yourself said that you was a church guy. You two met in church. You two are people of God. At least somewhere in the Bible, God gives you some sort of standard for being a man. You love and you protect your wife. You respect her and you honor your wife. When you took your vows, they repeat the same thing. And you did not follow that. And then every year you keep talking about this girl. Like, they used to always say, Queen couldn't put her music out because he was very jealous. He was trying to be like the artist of the group. You already knew that she had more talent than you did. And you was very jealous of it, and you would stop her from putting out music. And now look at you. You been trying to put out music, or you put out music and it's all flop. Queen put out one track and that was the biggest song of the year when she put it out. That was her breakout moment. How many breakout moments did you need, Chris? And at this point, at your old age, what are you now, like 28, 29? We're the same age, I think. I would expect you to want to find your way and rebuild your brand away from Queen. Queen don't talk about you. She wants nothing to do with you. She just wants you to take care of CJ. And you should be more grateful because she got more than enough evidence to fuck you up, really. And you got 4 other fucking kids. You don't be talking about their mothers like this. You don't be talking about your other kids. Your only claim to fame and importance is to talk about Queen. You gotta stop that. You fumbled, like I said. You fumbled, so leave it there. Like, you're still very abusive to this day. Stop talking about this woman. Stop engaging with her boyfriend. Your obsession with Queen truly needs to be studied. Like, you're kind of like borderline psycho, to be real honest. You need to go to therapy and you need to heal because Negro, huh? And stop being into these little ass kids pushing you to talk about Queen or Clarence in some capacity. They are not your family, nor are they your business anymore. I'm sorry. Your business with Queen is CJ, and that should be the only thing that y'all talk about. And you know what? Low-key, you can't get mad that she confided in Clarence about everything that you have done to her. That he knows all these details. Because you isolated her. You made her feel bad. She lost a piece of herself. She had nobody to talk to. She found some sort of safety with Clarence where she could open up and tell him all of these things. So if you didn't want somebody else to know your business, you should have been handling your business, brother. But you didn't. So you can't get mad at her. You need to rebuild yourself by being a better man. Go to therapy. Get right with yourself. Get over the trauma that you dealt with as a kid and learn key skills to make yourself a better man, a better father. Figure out how you can have, worthy relationships for yourself where you do not have to keep involving yourself with someone who wants no involvement with you. You can sit here and apologize to Queen several times, but I don't know if anybody else sees it, but I feel like Queen still suffers from the effects of you. And it's hard for her to get over it because you keep popping up. Leave that woman alone. Get your shit together and move on. Rebrand yourself away from this woman. If you feel like you that talented, you feel like you that man, all this other stuff, you should know how to do that without your girl. You can't sit here and say Clarence, moved out the basement and did all this only because of Queen. When really, you only making money because of Queen. Anything else you put out really don't be getting as much views or people don't care. So you got to bring up Queen every year because that's your biggest payout. Like, some of the things that you be calling out Clarence for, you are guilty of yourself. I'm not going to lie. I said the same to Clarence and I'm going to say the same to you. You're a hypocrite yourself. Like, I'm sorry, Chris. You don't get sick. Like, don't ever think you're going to get some level of support because the way you did this woman was absolutely disgusting. And all of that karma is coming back to you in tenfold. You have to start your entire life over, bro. Queen would have been okay. You was not going to be okay. And you're still trying to latch yourself on to her as opposed to building your own brand built of positivity. So honestly, stop this script every year. Go get a fucking job. Go get a 9-to-5. Go back to school. Go do something because you need to let this go. Like, you run the same script every year. You say you're not going to talk about it. You say you're going to be a better father. And then here you are the following year being a piece of shit. Like, knock it off at this point. It's tiring.